Welcome to My Efficient Electric Apartment, which was inspired by My Efficient Electric Home. So first of all, I decided to push for my apartment building to get a NABERS rating when it first came out in 2018, and the building that my apartment is in has had its common areas rated at 5 stars out of a possible 6. Secondly, I worked on insulation inside the building, so I installed curtains to replace all the vertical slats to provide better insulation. I've also got a door stopper to stop the foyer ventilation fan blowing cold air from the lift lobby into the apartment when you're trying to heat the apartment. I don't have air conditioning attached to the apartment at all, so I'm using Dyson fans for heating and cooling. Now, when it comes to humidity control, we've got a humidity control sensor and we've also got a dehumidifier which we run intermittently. When it comes to lighting, we've used Google Assistant, and all the lights in the apartment have been upgraded to smart Wi-Fi lighting, which connects to the Wi-Fi network. So that is an example of one of these bulbs that's screwed into a normal light fitting. And we also have replaced downlights in the kitchen with smart LED downlights that can be controlled by an app or controlled by voice activation. Now, the next thing that required an electrician was in the original setup of the building, we had a single light switch in each of the bathroom, the ensuite, and the laundry. And if you turned on that single light switch in either of those rooms, it would automatically bring on one large extraction fan that was ducted out the side of the apartment. So that was actually quite inefficient if you were just going to the toilet and not using a shower, or going into the laundry and not using the dryer, to have the extraction fan turn on every time you turned on the light switch. So the first project was to get an electrician to replace the single light switch that controlled the light and the fan together in both the bath and the ensuite, and replace it with a double switch where now there's one switch for the light and one switch for the ventilation fan. Now, the next problem was there was one large extraction fan that was extracting all three of those wet areas, the bathroom, the ensuite, and the laundry, from a location above the kitchen. And that was a large fan that used a lot of energy each time it came on, and it was also quite noisy. So the next project was to get a ventilation company to come and remove that one large ventilation fan that serviced all three wet areas and replace it with 3 separate header box fans, one in each of the ensuite, bathroom, and laundry. And now, instead of turning on one big fan with a single switch in the bathroom, the ensuite, or the laundry, you can just turn on the local smaller header box fan in each of those, which saves energy as well. The next thing I did was get an electrician to upgrade the RCDs in the apartment subboard above the fridge. So here are the old breakers in the apartment subboard, and they were type AC, and then they've been upgraded now to type A breakers. So there is now an RCD for every circuit in the apartment. Now, I still have a gas cooktop, and that's difficult to change to an induction cooktop at the current time. But if I really need to use induction, I can go down to the garage and use this portable induction cooktop. When it comes to using a barbecue on the balcony, I've got an electric barbecue. And also, I'll just mention we're growing some fruit and veg on the balcony. So here's a dwarf lemon tree. We've got a dwarf lime tree. And we've installed the Beehive smart irrigation system, which is controlled by a mobile phone app, and it goes to the local weather station and adjusts the watering schedule based on the precipitation. That is the Bluetooth to Wi-Fi receiver that's plugged into a power point on the balcony to assist in controlling the smart water irrigation system. I've also got a coffee pod recycling station happening out on the balcony. Now, when it comes to hot water, the entire block has a common hot water plant, and you can see it there. It's aging. I actually did put all the motions forward in 2019 to try and convert that to a central heat pump system, but it was voted down. But there's a lot of material on this webpage if there's another building that wants to have a look at the resources that are collected and all the motions for voting and quotes for moving the entire gas hot water system over to electric heat pump, and hopefully we can revisit that in the future. And finally, we don't have an electric vehicle charging infrastructure in place, but I've signed an end user agreement with my strata building that I can use a visitor car spot and a common area power point and record the kilowatt hours if I'm borrowing an electric vehicle and need to charge it up. So I hope you've enjoyed my efficient electric apartment. Thank you.